Hello, welcome back to Pearls of Eden. And listen, I gotta share a topic with you all that has been all over my YouTube feed for the past day or so. I tried to ignore it. I was like, I don't know if I want to give attention to this. I don't want to watch it. Many of you may have seen it. The young lady Issa, better known as, I guess, the trophy wife. She has this story that's going viral. I married a monster. When I saw the thumbnail, I thought, my goodness, I thought maybe it was abuse, domestic, cheater, serial cheater, or something like that. I wasn't prepared for what she was about to say. But as I began to hear her start to tell her story, something rose up inside of me, and I knew that it was going to go left. And I was hoping, I was like, Lord, please don't let it be what I think that this woman's about to say. And sure enough, it was. Now, Issa is known as the brand, the content creator for being a trophy wife. I've never heard of her, but I know that type of content where basically you have these young, beautiful women who are looking for these high value men to take care of them, to meet all of their needs, to give them the high, glorious life, right? Where they don't have to want for a thing and they can just have a cush lifestyle, honey. But this was a nightmare because this man that she ended up marrying less than a week, you all, they were married in less than a week. That says enough in itself. That's a red flag for sure. But she's young and she has her own traumas. And when you have your own trauma and you're young, you can make mistakes that are just disastrous. And sad for her, her children were affected. Now, she had 2 children from a previous marriage, 2 sons, and then she got married to this man where she had 2 daughters, one 2 and one that is 4 years old. And so let's just get into the story. She's changing her daughter and she notices that her private parts are swollen and red. And she has to ask the question that no mother wants to ask. And she's like, what happened? Did someone touch you? And she says, the unthinkable. Daddy. Yeah. So she does some further investigating. And, she believed her daughter. So kudos to her. She did not make excuses. She was very on it. Her husband was away at work. And so she's like, I got to think of an excuse to get my child to the doctor so we can see what's going on. So she tells her husband that they're going Halloween costume shopping because it was believable. She thought about saying, hey, we're going to go to the grocery store, but she knew that he would be like, you are not taking all these kids to the grocery store. What is up, right? And she wanted to get out of there. So he bought it. They went to the doctor. The first doctor they went to was not qualified, couldn't do the test that she needed to see exactly what happened to the little girl. So a police escorted them to the hospital where I'm sure they did like the rape kit and all of those things. And it turns out not only was the 2-year-old essayed, but also the 4-year-old. Tragic, right? So she's devastated because she has, this is the unthinkable. This is not a stepfather. This is the father. And I can only imagine, her heart, you could just feel just shattered, her world shattered. Now she has 2 sons that were from a previous relationship. And listen, I was like, did you get those boys checked out? Because a pervert has no boundaries. When someone's walking in that level of perverseness, they don't care, right? And I just think it's so unfortunate because she also spoke of her own trauma, how she was a victim of SA when she was a young girl by the neighbors. So it seems like there's a pattern, a generational curse, so to speak, that just keeps going, right? And my heart just went out to her because so many young girls is promoted to have the glamorous life, to get these high value men that are going to take care of you. And, and there doesn't mean that they have any substance, and you end up marrying, like she says, a real live monster. There are so many PDDs that are all over the place, right? That go hidden, that go unspoken of, like everyday people. It's not just the elite. That's what I keep trying to tell you all, especially with human sex trafficking. It's from janitors, local officials, police. It's infiltrated in everyday society, especially because of pornography has ruined so many people. It's the gateway to hell Because a lot of times in these pornography, it's these super young people, girls and men and boys, and they don't even know that these are just sex trafficking victims, underage minors that you're sitting over there getting off to. It is a demon fest. So, but I mention that because pornography is the gateway to a lot of this perverseness. So anyways, I was just listening to her story, y'all. And I was like, dang, and she was just suffering because she was like, not only my children, I'm having to help navigate them. And I feel as though, as a mother, you feel their pain, your children's pain, you're going through it. It's like you took the bullet too, right? And she's like, not only that, I've made my whole brand about being a trophy wife. And this is how you get a husband. And this is how you get a man that is of high value and treats you well. And this is how you be a wife. And here she is under her own nose, and she was following all of these gurus like Kevin Samuels and Sarah Seven or whatever, and they were telling her how to have this high life. But y'all, if you don't keep God first in your life, if you don't allow the Lord to train you up in who you are, you'll be out in these streets making all types of devastating mistakes. And this is the importance of knowing yourself first, forming a relationship with God so that you can be led and you can hear the voice of God when you're making your selection. You're not out here making these poor selections in men or women, because guys, the Bible says be careful who you marry too, because you can either have a wife that brings you favor, and I've done teachings on this, or she can be hell. People start off really nice in the beginning, but you can really start seeing character when the tests come, when trials come. Everybody got the butterflies when everything's all good, but when tests and trials and the money ain't right, okay? You begin to see who and what you married, who you're in the relationship with. So think about it takes time to really know someone, and she married this man in under a week. Why are you rushing to get married? You need to make sure you know these people, know their family history, know the ins and outs. Stay prayed up, because even in all of that, y'all, these people out here devious, and they are so good at living these double lifestyles. But she didn't have a chance, y'all. When you marry somebody in under a week, and I'm not going to rag on her, and that's another thing, with all of the social media, the comments, people are so cruel. This woman, trust and believe, she knows she's made mistakes. She's probably beat herself up more than we could ever do. And then you're going to come up on the comment section and you're going to take your hammer and you're going to strike another blow. People are so insensitive because, people think, oh, because you're behind the camera, that you don't have feelings and, you don't have hurts and pains, and that people can just say whatever they want because you're just stoned. No, people have feelings. So be careful about what you're saying and encourage her. Don't get out here being a know-it-all. Well, you shouldn't have did that. And don't you think she figured a lot of stuff out? Don't you think she knows a lot of where she went wrong? She needs support. She needs encouragement. She needs prayer. Come on, y'all. She needs prayer. If this don't drive you to the Lord, I don't know what. And I'm not talking about just religion. I'm talking about a personal relationship with God, because the church is infiltrated too. Come on. This perverseness knows no boundaries these days. So you gotta stay prayed up. You gotta have a relationship with the one who knows it all, because these people out here masquerading, pretending, and I'm sure there were plenty of red flags that she's just not ready to even disclose at this point. But we know that they were there, because warning comes before what? Destruction. But it's unfortunate. Like I said, she needs to get those boys, see what's going on there. I pray nothing. But like I said, when you essay your own daughters 2 and 4, that's a level of perverseness. Come on. You don't care. I don't care. You're not dealing with rational person. You're dealing with a sick individual. You all, it's a mess. I'm telling you, I felt her heart. My heart dropped for her. She will be in my prayers. Beautiful young girl, just, trying to have what everybody wants, a stable family to be provided for, happiness, And that's what she gets. But ladies, the red flags are always there. But it's, do you have eyes to see, or do you make allowances? I have found that a lot of times people just make excuses because they're so blinded by their emotion. They don't want to see the red flags, but they have been there all along. So, wow, what a story, right? My prayer is that she is able to guide and lead these girls, lead her sons, give them the help that they need, that she gets the help that she needs. Because come on, you all, she's probably never healed from her own trauma. You know, what was her self-worth? What did it look like? I mean, really, who knows? So you all, that's it. I wanted to share that with you all on this. I guess, you know, it's the current news, really, isn't it? But I just wanted to share it because I felt that there were so many lessons that we can learn from. And you know what? Listen, I can see while mothers who are, you know, maybe they were married and they have children and they're like, you know what? I'm done. Until my kids are out of the house, I ain't bringing no man up in here. Because of the level of perverseness that people have encountered. You know, these people, these men coming in and then victimizing the children. You gotta listen, you cannot leave your kids with anybody. Uncle Ray, you know, you can't. You have to stay prayed up, covering your children in prayer, you know, staying vigilant and watchful. All these spending the night places here and there, and I'm just gonna leave my child with this person and that person. You just can't do it. You have to talk to your children when they are of age. Talk to them about the manipulation of people, how people may try this or that. You just got to be open with your kids in this day and age. They got to be trained up because the war out there is fierce. And they come in for your kids. These people sick. If a father could do that to his own children. This is the level. And listen, like I tell you all, it's not just the Diddies. Diddy got a lot of good company that they just don't find their way, you know, to the limelight. This is why I can't stand like pornography and all of that. Like I said, it is the gateway to hell, the gateway to perverseness. People watch all that stuff and they get perverted in their mind, and a lot of people don't understand. And I'm gonna do a teaching on it because they start off young, and then as you start off with that level of perverseness, it only, you know, grows, right? And so what you used to like, then that don't do it for you anymore. You just keep going and you just get perverse and perverse and perverse. It's demonic. And I'm going to do a spiritual teaching on it because so many people, believe it or not, are bound by it. And this stuff, it leads to sick stuff like this. Sick stuff. All right, guys, for real. That is it. Listen, for some good news, I have launched my latest website, you all. Please go check it out. I am going to put the link in the description box. I got a freebie for you all. Morning powerful declarations to start your day off. It's all scriptural. And I'm going to share it with you for free. Just join the community and the website. You just share your email and you can get in and you can navigate and see what goodies are on there. But I got a lot coming. I also have an ebook called Unlocking Wisdom in 30 Days, you all. Thanks for all of the support. So many of you have already bought the book and you've left reviews and you've told me how much it's blessed your life. And you know what? Glory to God, because teach one and reach one, right? All right, guys, I love you to life, and I'm going to put the video that I did earlier, the 2 videos, I'm going to link them. I did one on Tuesday and I did one on Thursday about success and friendships. It's really good. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.
If you hear any noise in the background, that's the new baby. A lot has happened